Well, hello, cartoon car fans. So it's one of my favorite cars of all time. The McLaren F1 is my favorite, but this is the LM version, so technically this is my favorite car. Let's see, this is a new brand to me, KR model or something. It's roughly 164, but it's a cartoon, so take that with a grain of salt. Some sort of Chinese sticker. No licensing, of course. It says it's designed in Japan. Alright. Yao Tai. Yao Tai Model Co. Alright, never heard of that. Alright, well, that's it. Comes in a protective box to protect some film. That's protecting a box. That's protecting... no, wait. We go box. Then we got some film. Then we got a cardboard sleeve protecting a plastic box protecting a model. I complain about packaging all the time. Mainly, the main reason I'm buying this stuff just to turn it into trash. And then this trash, who knows where it's going to end up? Most likely it's going to end up in the ocean or a landfill and leach its chemicals into us. And that's why every day we're eating plastic. If you look up on the internet how much plastic people eat now, it's 1 credit card a week. You're eating 4 credit cards of plastic in a month. 52 in a year. That can't be good for human beings, considering we're electrical systems and plastic is an insulator. Alright, I don't know. That's pretty smart from this brand. Yeah, sometimes these things just break off the one screw. Ideally, it would just have 2 screws, but they chose to just go with 1. I think it's a little risky myself. I don't really... well, I was gonna say these aren't meant to be opened, but that doesn't make sense because that just looks stupid, right? So I think it is gonna have to be opened. Yeah. These stickers are always so effective. They always leave a residue behind. Yeah, look at how much residue there is. But in this case, I actually don't want a good sticker because that's gonna take a long time to clean. Even left it there. This is a tip, just use it. Do that a bunch of times, you'll get most of it off. Even on the bottom maybe. Yeah, but I'm not even gonna look at the bottom. Alright. Let's go this way. And I'm going to just use some scissors here. So let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty loose cover. But it's actually good that it's this loose because if you pick it up like this, it's never going to fall to the floor. It's just going to stay where it is. So it's actually better, I think, to have a very loose cover or an extremely tight cover. One or the other. I gotta see. Well, to the naked eye, this looks like a very dark, rich orange. Almost like a tangerine orange. Whereas these images, from at least 2 sources, it looks far lighter. But maybe these are under extremely light conditions and maybe they've been photoshopped a little bit. I don't know. All I'm saying is I don't know what color orange this car really is. I've never seen the orange one in life. In real life, that is. Alright, well, it's typical of any resin model. You have this expensive base of acrylic, and then you have a photo etched metal piece here. It says little egg, McLaren, KR. Yeah, nice etching and all that. And they took the effort to polish these sides. You can't just cut that. This has to be polished after it's cut. Laser cut doesn't matter. You have to polish it afterwards, so it takes effort. And sadly, that's part of the cost of this model. Alright, looking at the side here, I think we have 3D printed wheels possibly. I feel like I may have seen some striations, but I could be wrong. No, I do feel like they are 3D printed because there's no other reason to have this line here on the spokes. No additional color in here. Would have been nice if one side was blue and the other side was red for the center knockoffs. It would have also been nice if there was an actual hexagon there for the center knockoff. This is just a cone. So that's really lazy modeling on the account of whoever designed these wheels. It would take like an extra 2 minutes to put the hexagon there. It is nice to have it has a brake there, and it actually looks like a ceramic rotor. You know, it's got texture or some sort of effect going on. Maybe it's just paint, I don't know, but it looks nice. And then the brake caliper is red, obviously, but it actually has a little bit of dimension to it. Not a great amount of detail, though, to be honest. Let's see. I gotta get a flashlight. Alright, let's, sorry for the shaking. My camera's on the suspension arm. Let's see how this flashlight does today. Yeah. At least it's not perfectly flat against the rotor. Same back here. I don't know if this original car had like cross drilling or slots. Maybe not. Alright. So the separate mirrors here have a tiny little reflective sticker in them. They are literally reflecting, so that's cool. The side vents, though, there's no additional detail. Would have been nice if there was like a photo etched black piece or at least some sort of black paint. So that's a bit lacking. The door handle thing looks alright. It's chrome or silver, or maybe it's stainless steel. So a little silver paint would have been nice there. So the front end, we just have these openings, and they're painted black inside. That's fine. I don't think the car has grills. It's pretty much a race car for the road. Just darkness in there as well. It goes pretty far in. The black looks good. These little turn signal areas, but there's nothing in them. That's really weak. There's no white or orange turn signals. It's just a slot. Wow, that's lame. Not even paint. Okay, this McLaren badge, there's something odd with it. I don't know if it's a decal and maybe there's orange paint on it. The right side. Oh wait, that's that little swoosh, like a Nike swoosh or the McLaren swoosh. So that actually makes sense. And obviously you can read kind of McLaren. At this magnification, this headlight cover looks pretty atrocious. To the naked eye, not so bad. But it is definitely sticking out. It wasn't put in, perfectly. The bottom edge is sticking out a lot. Whereas this side, it's almost like the plastic isn't big enough. It's sticking in too far. Yeah, this is a KR model or Yautai. So far, I'm not impressed. Not at all. It's a shame because I love this car. I mean, there's no interior, so all you have to do is get the outside right. And I've already noticed so many things that other brands wouldn't make mistakes with. So this is a decal, that's fine. That's to be expected on resins, sadly. So the black paint in there is good. The vent's pretty far up in there, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. The door panel cuts seem alright. Here we have the 6 vents, but again, no paint. There should be black paint in there. And then these are windows, but obviously with no interior, they're just all black. The wing is really nicely painted. It's so smooth. That's an extremely smooth paint job, so that's impressive. In fact, the roof is very good. There's a square LED above us, and you pretty much see a square reflection. Here on the hood, no, can't really tell. You can see the orange peel, though, in the windshield. But to the naked eye, it's really not a big issue, I don't think. Alright, so the wing struts, they're kind of thick. In fact, they're Hot Wheels thick. So that's poor modeling, I think, for a resin model. For a resin, I almost expect these to be photo etched metal pieces holding up a wing. But these are just all part of this wing. But they're designed so thick because maybe the people assembling these are just not delicate assemblers, maybe? But I kind of have to think that's not the case because these taillights are nicely done. You have the orange and the red and this chrome looking bezel. I don't know if this is a metal piece or not. It's so shiny. It wouldn't surprise me if that's like a piece of metal or chromed plastic maybe, and then maybe painted the inside black. It's hard to say. I'm looking. you know, I'm using a phone, so I can't really see as much as you guys if you're looking at this on a computer screen or a TV even. Alright, so it's nice to have that decal. It's nice to have black paint in these vents. These are black exhausts, so that's actually accurate, and they are tubular, kind of. And they actually look more like squished squares. They don't look like circles, which is kind of a weird choice when these are circles. I mean, the real car has circles. They don't have crushed squares. So that's a strange design choice. This vent is interesting. There's supposed to be, I think, be a grill here, but they chose to just put a giant vent. And now I'm obviously curious if there's anything back there. No, sadly. Not much, really. Just black. Huh. I almost feel like there should be a big metal mesh piece of there to represent the grill, like other resin models do. Okay, well, on the wheels and brakes on this side. This wheel doesn't really have those grooves, but this front one does. Alright, so here's 3 models from Timothy and Pierre, and I'm afraid the Timothy and Pierre's are, well, in a way they're better, in a way they're not. These don't have any brakes, as you can see. But look at the fitment of the lens covers is much better. This one actually has like a photo etched metal window frame. I think I added my own license plate. That could have been me. Yeah, but I think those exhaust pipes might be metal tubes, and that badge looks nice. Anyways, so it's a slightly. I think I prefer the execution of this model more. This just has, I think, painted mirrors. Here's their LaFerrari. So none of these have, you know, interiors. So it's just painted. Yeah, no brakes. So that's a big thing. But these things came out a long time ago. I'm gonna guess maybe 5 years ago. I know they were out for a while, even when I picked them up. So you can search for the date of these videos. Yeah, those are definitely metal tubes. And then you see they have inserted plastic pieces to represent the grille, and that's something lacking there. These also have translucent taillights. Those are just painted, I think. And then look again, the lens cover fitment is just better. Here's their Veyron. So now we have a photo etched metal, you know, fuel filler. We have some silver on the door handle. The lens covers look good, and there's actually molded light buckets back there. I mean, that has it. It's just that the lens covers weren't fit properly. So yeah, that's nice also. It has a metal badge in the back. I added that license plate. So the grille details are there. So those are, you know, just painted canopies, solid chunks of resin, painted really nice. But times have changed, you know, the industry's moved on. And this is actually a pretty old model also, but it's by Error 404, and this Evo 9 with a Voltex kit. Now look, this is a full interior, and it still has brakes, but with far better detail, cross-tailing, slotting. The rotor, the caliper isn't so great. But look at the lug nut details in the wheels, right? They couldn't even get a hexagon into that wheel. I don't know why this thing is stained the way it is. But look at the wing. Photo etched metal struts, nice and thin. And then, you know, the wing is attached to it. And it's all carboned up with the decal. I'm pretty sure if an LM McLaren would have a carbon fiber wing there. I doubt they would paint over it. Inserted grille details. This has light covers on the rear, a nice tubular pipe, a tow hook. I don't know if the McLaren F1 LM has a tow hook. But yeah, intercooler details. So there's just so many more parts on this. Wiper blades. There's no wiper blades on those. But really, it's an interior, a squished interior. Let me see if I can get a different flashlight out here. A little brighter one. See, look at that. Decals and all that stuff inside. So all the details you would find in a realistic looking resin, but even shrunken down. Look at all the grille details in the hood vents. So this is superior by magnitudes over this thing. And I think one part of it is this comes on a cheap plastic base like other premium diecast would. This comes on a solid two-piece acrylic thing, and that costs money. I would much rather have a better model and a cheap base than a crappier model and a nice base. That's just me. Well, I don't know. Call me crazy. So yeah, I am officially ragging on KR because this is a recent release. It's simply like living in the past. It's almost like if Tomica Limited Vintage entered this market space, that they would actually probably do a worse job. That brand is horrible. But yeah, where's all the paint details? There's just so much lacking that you get used to on the better brands. Okay, well, still, it's a McLaren F1, so I'm gonna have to maybe later I'll go and add black paint myself in those vents. Nothing I can really do about that headlight cover though. That's just poor execution and possibly poor design. I literally think there's plastic missing from that one. I guess that's execution. But yeah, the lug nut details missing, that hexagon knockoff. Square exhaust pipes when they should be round. Like really obvious things that I find a bit odd. No lights up in the front, and the turn signal running lights things. Alright, well, there are other liveries, and I love this car in real life enough that I'll probably still get those. But if you're shopping around, if you can find some of the Timothy and Pierres, I think are pretty cheap now on AliExpress. Anyways, we'll see you in the next tuned car video. Thanks for checking this out.